On this day in history, you get a twofer.
Whoa!
So as you know, we've been keeping up with Dragon Age: The Veilguard, all news, all interviews from higher ups behind the scenes, speculations, all kind of stuff. But now that it's out and people have had a chance to play it, there's some more things that we've already reported on that are coming to light just like we predicted. The first coming from that report that the people from that were working on Mass Effect 5 had to come in to help kind of shore up last things on Dragon Age. Well, now BioWare themselves are saying that the Veilguard will not have any DLC or expansions because they've seen how it has underperformed and they're just going to shift all their focus to Mass Effect 5. Budget cuts. I wonder why it's not going to make its money back. It is performing horribly in the public eye. So, with the Veilguard now complete, BioWare confirms there are currently no plans for downloadable expansions. The developers' full attention is now shifted entirely to Mass Effect 5. I still don't agree with calling it Mass Effect 5 because Andromeda was not Mass Effect 4 by any matter, by any means. This was corroborated by a subsequent report from Kat Bailey at IGN. It details that BioWare is not completely abandoning Dragon Age, but will support the game with quality of life improvements and a handful of smaller content updates. You mean patches for when it
Listen.
up. Given the game won't have any of this, it calls into question Andrew Wilson's bravado surrounding the game during earning calls. It's kind of funny when those earning calls took place. Wilson tell it the game had breakout potential. Well, it had breakout potential until the gamers found that it was chock full of identity politics and lectures about sexuality and how you shouldn't misgender people. It took everyone completely out of the world of Thetis. So maybe it did. I would agree it would have had breakout potential. I would have been first in line to place a pre-order. He told investors it's an amazing time at EA. I don't think it's been an amazing time at EA for a long time. And in 2 days, I guess this was when the earning call was, we'll launch it. It's been 10 years and that one game of the year. Yeah, I've said that quite a few times. Two of those games, two of the Dragon Age games, one game of the year. Early critic scores are strong and reflect the high quality depth. Well, we've also gone into this. The critic scores, they were only giving it to people who they knew would positively review it. Even people who were fans of the franchise but still wanted to give an honest review weren't given codes. They nitpicked and cherry picked who they would allow to post reviews of. We've seen this a million times. And we're seeing it again with this one. The problem is that after the fact, when these things come out, it just sheds light on all the bullshit that's going on behind the scenes at all times. I love how he hypes himself up. We expect Dragon Age to be a great example of how our blockbuster storytelling engages, connects fans in truly unique ways. Okay. Is that a hornblat? What did Scuttle call it in the original Little Mermaid? And he's really just like, it's just a pipe that's filled with seaweed. That would have been better. I want to see some like kelp fly out of that. This is one of those things that really chaps my ass. This is still the CEO talking. When we think about what we have with Veilguard right now, we have a storied studio in BioWare. We have a storied IP in Dragon Age. Oh my goodness. Lift up the knit flaps and start stroking yourself. We have a team that took extra time to make sure the world was rich and the characters were interesting and the story was compelling. I think we're going into a market that has limited competition for this category again, given some of the moves that have happened across the broader industry. Some of the moves that have happened across the broader industry. Have you heard about Dustborn? Have you heard about Concord? Have you seen everything that's happened in Hollywood because you wanted to see things in the context of TV seasons and in the context of movies and what's trending and not trending right now? And you see that those things are failing, yet you're still just trying to hype up the investors. These investors must be dog shit, stupid. Or maybe you are too, or maybe you all are. And so, he says, while I think it's too early to predict the outcome, the critical reviews have been strong. He keeps going back to that because they cherry pick those critical reviews. The team feels really energized. I'm not even going to go into that, but what they have delivered, in my sense, yes, it has breakout capabilities. Are they going to break out of the closet? There's absolutely nothing that this thing can break out from, but it's funny that you say that because now that it has come out, and we've had a good 5 days, almost a week for people to play it. Well, look at this news here. Is it going to break out or is it going to break back into some people's wallets? 14% of physical pre orders are canceled ahead of the game's release. Total pre orders less than 200,000. Now, this unnamed company, which we all know exactly what it is, the ones that shill for pre orders, and that's basically how they keep their business alive, 14% have been refunded. According to Endymion, revealing a retail insider shared with them, almost 1,000 of a total of almost 6,800 were canceled. So a source who works there in the pre-orders got canceled in the last few days since release because now people are open to play it. Now people can stream it. Now people can watch and see what all is involved. And a lot of people who haven't gotten their pre-orders yet just want their money back. And who can blame them after what we've seen? Why would you want physical media like this unless you're one of those people who just bought Dustborn or Concord? You're never going to play it, but you're going to keep it shrink wrap because it's going to be like that ET from the original Nintendo Entertainment System. It's going to be that level of degraded where anyone who does have a polished copy, it's going to be worth crap tons of money. And it's going to be one of those things where you just hang it on the mantelpiece. And whenever you have friends over, you light the fire, you smoke a few stogies, you drink a few beers, you point and laugh. That's basically all this is good for anymore. I should reiterate for anyone that these are physical pre-orders, and Demion clarified in a later post, but I'm told in total, with physical and digital, it wasn't even close to 500,000 pre-orders before release. And that is quite a sock to the jaw of Bioware and everything that they hoped and expected for this. But really, if you were in touch with your community, you would know that this isn't what people wanted. Let me just do something for you guys real quick. Let me just show you how Dragon Age is supposed to be. We have a before and after. We got my girl Morgan over there. Look at that sexy, seductive, sultry woman. And witch. This was on the cover of Dragon Age Origins. Look at this orc over here. Dragon Age the Veilguard has named this orc Tosh. So just so you know, that's what you're dealing with. And gamers know it. Gamers have seen it, and they're not putting up with it. They want their money back. It will be hilarious to see how many people try to return the game and how many refunds have to come back from it. These are just canceled pre-orders. The other number is going to be much larger. What do you guys think? Have you played the game at all? No one gifted it to me, so thank God I don't have to play it. I've always said this, but like I just want to stop reporting on this stuff. I want it to die an ignominious death. Give it the scarlet letter of F for failure. Multi from the GCA. We will see y'all later. Bye-bye.